In this example, we are going to begin looking at strategies for introducing or working with images within our media queries. So this example, if we just stretch the browser window here, we'll see an example of what will be our mobile. And as we get wider to a minimum of 800 pixels, then we see what is our tablet banner. And once we reach a minimum of 1080, we see our desktop banner. So we have three different images being placed on the, or within the HTML page, we'll say. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the code real quick. So I pretty much have the same setup as the basic example. And what is of interest here is you'll notice as our device width changes that the background is staying white in the browser. And that's because this background color is being overridden. So where I'm going here is it's not a super big deal, but if we approach this again from a user experience and we are dealing with the art direction and we are dealing with the performance, any and everything we can do to increase the performance will hopefully increase the positive aspect of the user experience. So in this example, there's not much code, but you can envision if we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lines of code, and in every media query or in every declaration block, if there was a property and its value being overridden or not really utilized, you're loading code for no reason. So I'm suggesting that you clean up your code, remove what is not necessary. All right, so let's get at the strategy here for our image placement or replacement. And you'll notice there's actually nothing in the body of the document. This is being done with background images. So depending on whatever the minimum to the max spread of pixel width is, we are loading a background image. And you'll notice, excuse me, you'll notice that I'm using a matrix here, real simple. So our background, we're just loading our image via the URL, and then we're setting to no repeat. Now I am including background size and setting the background size to cover, and this is going to force the image to draw or behave in a responsive manner. So as we do this, you'll see that the cover property value makes the graphic stretch. Now, if we were doing something like doing inspect and changing the devices, like look at this on one device and then immediately at another device, then we wouldn't even need that background size set to cover. We wouldn't need what makes the image appear to behave in a responsive way. All right, so let's just go back. And again, we have a background, we're loading an image, we're setting the background to no repeat and the background size to cover. And we are loading a different sized image, an image specific to the use in each of those devices. Okay, so an image specific to mobile, an image specific to the banner aspect ratio, and an image specific to the desktop ratio. Now, from an art direction standpoint, this is going to work just fine. We're going to get an image that works best for a particular device. That image is going to be optimized for that device. It's going to be optimized for the aspect ratio used within that device. Now, the downside is we're loading 3 different images all the time, regardless of the device. So in a mobile, this isn't really efficient because we're potentially loading these different images. Okay, so we would be making maybe more calls on the server. We might potentially be downloading more content than we need. All right, so something to keep in mind. This works, this is a strategy, but it may not be the most efficient strategy.